I want to talk to you today about aligning energy for weight loss and weight management. I have been weight conscious all of my life. I've had a lot of things that have helped me, and I've been in the field of helping others with weight for about 11 years. And yet I know, I feel it, there's a missing piece that we don't have. For myself, even in trying to help others and trying to manage my own weight. There's just something that is missing for me.
This is the piece that is missing. We're going to fill it in for you here. And it is our anticipation that as you play with it and work with others, that you will discover how you can individually orchestrate programs, ideas. And we say individually because there are not two people that are exactly the same. So just relax. This is going to make so much sense to you. When we talk about the path of least resistance, it's not an action path, which is what people are always wanting to find in terms of weight loss, either exercise or food. They want it to be about action. The path of least resistance is about thoughts or alignment of energies. Not about what to do, about how to think and therefore feel. Most do not make food an experience of joy, and yet everything must be an experience of joy in order to, in this moment and in this moment, be in the path of least resistance. If we were wanting to counsel people, we would say to them, what I want for you is that you begin right now a love affair with where you are. Just begin making so many lists of the positive aspects of this glorious you that I see. And then say to them, now I'm not asking you to love your fat or to love the parts of you that you're wanting to release. I'm just saying to you, you've got to love more about you than you loathe, or we can't get anywhere. And we think that by teaching path of least resistance, that people can soothe themselves right into amazing experience. In other words, we want you to feel open and eager to participate in the deliciousness of your life experience without feeling that you're doing something wrong. How often do we see you sit before something that has been lovingly prepared and hear you say as you eat it, I'm being bad. This is a very bad thing I'm doing right now. And the thing that is most disturbing about that is so many people really, really feel that. There is good food and there is bad food. And the good food tastes bad and the bad food tastes good. In other words, how screwy is that? Can you feel how opposite of your guidance system this is? What you're saying is, this is the one exception, this food stuff, to the laws of the universe, where good feels good and bad feels bad. This is the exception, because this good-feeling food is bad. And we say it's just one more example of getting your energy all crossways, and when your energy is crossways, nothing works well, you see. There are those who want to be slender, believe that if they control what they eat, they can be, do that, and so they're in alignment. And we say we would not fault them for that. They've found their alignment. And there are those who believe that they can eat anything and do and maintain the figure that they choose, and that's their path of alignment. And we certainly would not fault them. It's really an individual thing, and it will be a changing thing, because that's why something will work for a while, and then something else will work for a while, and something else will work for a while. We would just like more ease and more self-soothing to be a dominant component of the whole experience. We have never seen anyone on a path of deprivation maintain any long-term results, because the joy factor is missing. And when the joy factor is missing, nothing can be maintained. In other words, you've got to reach for your joy first, and then everything else comes into alignment. So now you're talking to people about the path of least resistance more than you're talking to them about their action path. You're talking to them more about how they feel when they eat the food that they say is bad. And we would say, clearly, you either got to stop eating that food that you consider to be bad, or you've got to not consider it to be bad. Because the worst thing you can do to your vibrational alignment is to do something that you believe is inappropriate. If somebody says to you, oh yeah, I ate that stuff and I got really fat, then you want to say to them, yes, and you felt guilty every bite of it. In other words, in your guilt, you were not taking the path of least resistance. You were setting yourself up in the path of greatest resistance, taking the action that you believed was wrong, and you got the results that you expected. If you're sitting before something and the idea of eating it makes you feel guilty, don't do it. That's not the path of least resistance. And the worst thing you can do is eat it and then feel guilty. So what is the path of least resistance? Talk the resistance down. You might say something like, well, maybe I'll be very moderate about this. Or, I don't really want it anyway. Or, yes, I really do want it. I think I will taste this a little bit. Or, one piece of cake is not going to be the death of me. I'm going to eat this and really enjoy it. In other words, in this moment, all you need to do is deal with this moment. Now, some would say, Abraham, you're going to talk to people about doing things that they believe that they shouldn't do, talk themselves into believing that it's okay to do it, and you're going to make a whole lot of people that have been struggling with their weight very, very fat. And we say, it is not possible for it to be detrimental to their experience and go crossways of what they want if they are really feeling good when they are doing it. If you can eat guilt-free, and only you know if you're doing it or not, you're in alignment and you will be able to maintain the results that you are wanting. If someone is attempting the process and gaining weight, it is because they are feeling guilty in the process of it. In other words, they are clearly not in alignment. And you know this must be true because you see all kinds of people eating similarly, having very different results. This metabolism is not a science. It is a vibrational alignment issue. It's not about what people think it is about. How do you explain why some can be well and some can be sick when they walk in the same path, when they live in the same house, when they eat the same food? It's because they do not think the same thoughts. They do not have exposure to the same vibration, you see. And so when you boil everything down to vibration, and you boil vibration down to how I feel, and you boil how I feel down to how I feel now, how I feel now, how I feel now, and you convince them that how they feel now matters more than what they eat now, now you're on the path of some truly long-range maintenance of the desire that they are telling you they hold. There are people who weigh much more than society thinks they should, who are in absolute alignment, who see the world through blissful eyes, who live good lives, who don't give a rip what others think, who are in alignment. We think that must come first. You must care more how you feel than what others think of how you be in any way. And then once you've made that decision, then you can be anything you choose to be. This chemical factory that is your body requires fuel. And so the better you fuel it, the better it all functions. But if you are fueling well and feeling resistance about the fuel, now you are hindering the factory and not allowing it to perform. So if you could think of your body as this factory that could consume and utilize, and you tend to the maintenance of that alignment rather than try to control the consumption, everything falls into alignment very nicely. So we would like to begin hearing from you. I love to eat. Food is my friend. I always choose well. I know what to do. There's a lot of variety in my life. My body knows what to do with it. I'm coming more and more into alignment. It feels good to eat. It feels good to fuel my body. Food is for family. Food is for entertainment. Food is for refreshment. Entertainment is a big part of food. Food is for frolicking. Food is for celebration. Food is for love. Food is about love. Food is about maintaining this magnificent vessel. Food is my friend. I adore my body. My body is so good to me. My body knows what to do. I'm so in alignment. I'm so connected to Source. My Source adores what I'm eating. My Source has inspired this eating. My inner being is eating through me. My inner being is adoring what I'm eating. My inner being is maintaining the energy of my body. My metabolism is carefully tended to. My machine is functioning perfectly. I'm fueling it just right. It's performing just right. My moments are powerful moments. Life is so good to me. Food is my friend. Food is fuel. Food is fun. Food is so good. My body is so stable. My body is so sure. It is made up of so much intelligence that knows what to do. I'm in alignment with all of this. Life is so good. When do we eat? Life is about now. It's not about later. And so those unfulfilled desires can breathe life into you now and actually make you feel better. As Jerry and Esther were leaving the RV park where their coach is spending the weekend while they are here, a couple drove in and parked near them in a motor coach almost identical to their last one. And as they saw it, they looked lovingly at it. They had such good experience in that coach and appreciated its stability and beauty. And while they were beaming and basking at this coach, the people who owned it came to visit with them and explained to them that they are now living in this coach full time because their home, which was on the Guadalupe River, was washed away in the last flood. And everything that they owned is gone. And when Esther heard that, her thought was, oh, how awful. But immediately, the next thought was, how nice. What a fresh, new place of attraction. How many new desires are pulsing within. And then she laughed. She and Jerry teased about getting caught up on the paperwork and how that would do it. How cleaning out that drawer becomes a non-issue. How cleaning out the closet, not a problem anymore. Now, I can feel you grappling with this. In other words, would it really be better if everything were gone? Everything can never be gone because what you've lived has brought you to this point of attraction, to this point of wanting. And as you or this couple stands in this point of wanting, the universe is hearing and answering the requests, and their wanting is stronger and surer and more specific than it has ever been. And Esther could feel the life-giving characteristics of their point of attraction. She could feel the power of what is moving to them. Now, they can't feel it right now because they are still mourning the loss of all their stuff. They are still suffering in the trauma, so they cannot see the benefit and the value of where they stand. Now, we are not suggesting that you should ask that the universe blow your house down. But what we are suggesting to you is that as you stand in this powerful now, with all things wanted flowing to you, reaching steadily for the thought that feels good, this couple could rebuild their life 10 times beyond anything that they've ever lived in less than 1 year's time if they knew what we're telling you here today. Look at the elements that are taking place. They have heightened desire radiating from them and source that is hearing it and answering it and lining up circumstances and events. And if they could just relax, if they could meditate, if they could get on rampages of appreciation, if they could enjoy the journey, if they could love the beautiful day that they are standing in the middle of, if they could just find one reason and then another reason, a wouldn't it be nice reason, and then another, within a year, everything that they lost would be replaced and 10 times more. So what keeps you from transforming your life into the life that you really want to live? It is your awareness of the life that you are living and your incessant determination to tell it like it is. So our encouragement to you is to somehow have that shift personally where you decide that from right now, everything's different. Everything's different. Your home washed away, your past worries have washed away, whatever has washed away, and you are fresh and new in this moment radiating all of the desires that you have come to this perfect apex of radiating, transmitting them clearly to the boundaries of the universe. Every desire is heard and received and being answered. And all you've got to do is live in this moment by looking for reasons to feel good right now.